What's good, everybody? It's your brother, New Breed, coming through with another live stream. Trump out here doing a lot of huffing, puffing, and bluffing. Check this post out, y'all, from Donald J. Trump. It says, I am pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have had over the last 2 days very good and productive conversation. That's a lie. Regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East, based on the tenor and tone and of these depths detailed in constructive conversations, which spelled witch wrong. He spelled an actual witch with a hat, and a mole on their nose like a witch that do witchcraft. It says, which will continue throughout the week. I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period, subject to the success of the ongoing meeting and discussion. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Now, Donald Trump is copping pleas. That's right, brothers and sisters. You have to hear Iran's response to this. First and foremost, Iran denied having any conversations with Trump or the White House whatsoever. And their response, their clapback is right on point. And we got to see what Iran said in response to what Trump posted. And mind you, this is all after Trump threatened to hit all their electrical power plants, which would have been a catastrophe. Now we got to hear what Iran had to say back.
The question of talking with Americans or negotiation with Americans once again would be on the table, because we have a very bitter experience of talking with Americans. We negotiated with them last year in last June, and they attacked us in the middle of negotiations. And again this year, they tried to convince us that this time is different. They promised us that they don't have any intention to attack us. And they wanted to resolve Iran's nuclear question peacefully and to find a negotiated solution. And we finally accepted. But again, after 3 rounds of negotiation, and after the American team in the negotiation, said itself that we made a big progress, still they decided to attack us. So I don't think, talking with Americans anymore would be, on our agenda. I don't think the question of talking with Americans or negotiation with Americans.
There will be no more talk. He said, that door is shut. Y'all done already crossed the line. Y'all done took out their Ayatollah. Y'all done bombed schools. Y'all done bombed all kind of facilities. They're not about no talk at this point. Y'all already done fooled them once. They're not having it. And Trump is again looking defeated. This is getting wild, y'all. And, Iran is just completely demolishing America right now. They're demolishing them. And we're going to talk about how they're demolishing them.
Once again, would be on the table, because, we have a very, bitter experience of talking with Americans. We negotiated with them last year in last June, and they attacked us in the middle of negotiations. And again this year, they tried to convince us that this time is different. They promised us that they don't have any intention to attack us. And they wanted to resolve Iran's nuclear question peacefully and to find a negotiated solution. And we finally accepted. But again, after 3 rounds of negotiation, and after the American team in the negotiation, said itself that we made a big progress, still they decided to attack us. So I don't think, talking with Americans anymore.
See, there you have it. Oh, we got to cook with this one, y'all. So Trump yet again tried to cop another plea and Iran rejected. Oh, y'all know we gonna cook. Man, there's a lot going on with this war. The escalations are moving rapidly, and we're gonna chop it up. I gotta keep y'all informed. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up. Y'all know how we do. Let's get to it.
They working against us. They hate our souls. They hate us. They hate our righteous indignation. They hate the exhortation that dwells in us. They hate our love. They hate our conviction. They hate the fact that we repentant. They hate the fact that we truthful, honest, and bold. They hate our courage. Them devils hate us. We're not finna line ourselves up with these weirdos and freaks. With these weirdos and freaks. They working against us. They hate our souls. Weirdos and freaks. But these weirdos and freaks, they working against us. They hate our souls. New breed.
Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
Babylon is going down, is going down. What's going on, brothers and sisters? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hold on, what we doing? What we doing? That thing just went out on me. There we go. Everybody, as you enter, make sure you get the likes up. It's an honor to have y'all back in for another broadcast. Listen, y'all, America is not looking like the powerhouse that it used to. It's just not. Here you have President Trump that threatened to hit Iran's nuclear facilities, actually electric power grids, and hit their generators. I mean, he threatened to hit all the major ones. right? Iran did not flinch. They didn't have no rebuttals, no response. They didn't reach out to the White House. They said, whatever you bring in our way, we're ready for it. America's threatening with ground troops. Iran said, whatever you're going to bring our way, we're ready for it. And now Trump is capitulating. He's acquiescing. He's bending. He's folding. Oh, man, he's copping pleas. It is crazy to watch this. He picked the wrong battle. Matter of fact, not even the wrong battle. He picked the wrong war. He picked the wrong war, y'all. And Iran is demolishing America right now. And also, Israel, they getting lit up. Oh, man, when they done with Israel, it's going to be an ash heap over there. They getting obliterated. I mean, you got, oh, man, we got to react to a lot, man. You got Netanyahu begging the Western world to get involved. Last week, you had Trump begging NATO to get involved, begging the Western world and all the allies to get involved. Nobody wants to get involved. This stuff is unreal. It's unreal, but this is what's going to happen. America's going to get judged, and it's being judged right before our eyes. Matter of fact, the scriptures tell us, and I want to go here. The scriptures tell us in Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, men's hearts failing them for fear. Oh, the fear is starting with the world powers, your world leaders, the so-called kings and princes. There's no regard for them either. Trump is already in fear. Man is petrified. We're going to look at how he's been carrying himself lately, and it's going to be written all over him. Oh, he's losing this war. This is not going the way they thought it would go at all. And anybody who got the eyes to see can see it. Look, Joel 3:9 says, prepare war, beat your plowshares into swords. Let the weak say, I am strong. See, the real nation is rising up. God's nation is going to rise up. And you're going to have those who seem to be weak rise up and become strong, because the Bible says the last shall finish first. You're going to have smaller countries applying pressure, because you got to think about all the countries that Babylon bullied. You got to think about all the countries that's jealous of the glory of Babylon. And then you got to think about all the small countries that have been bullied. Iran is looking like, they're looking like a force to be reckoned with right now. They're looking like a force to be reckoned with right now. And the world powers are petrified because they know that their judgment is coming, y'all. You should see these people. Oh, we got to get into it, especially that Bibi Netanyahu. And look, in case you're wondering why we over here are in high spirits when we see this happening, because look, we know that this brings us a step closer to the most highest people taking our reward. We know that we got next. We know that when these people are done, we got next. So we bold in the spirit. We ain't got no type of fear. That's just what it is. Now, I want to share with y'all something here. And if you can, brothers and sisters, get the likes up. I see y'all rolling in. Derwin's in the building. Yashaya in the building. Buffalo Soldier. Jay Amando. Peace and blessings to the chat. But let's get to it. Let's get to it. I got some sources I want to share. Let's go. Now, hold on. We're going to get to it. You got Trump throwing his people under the bus. These people are scared.
And then unfortunately I called Pete, I called General Kane, I called a lot of our great people. We have great people. And I said, let's talk. We got a problem in the Middle East. We have a country known as Iran that for 47 years has been just a purveyor of terror. And they're very close to having a nuclear weapon. We can keep going and get that 50,000 up to 55 and 60 is no end. Or we can take a stop and make a little journey into the Middle East and eliminate a big problem. And Pete, I think you were the first one to speak up. And you said, let's do it, because you can't let them have a nuclear weapon. So we are now having really good discussions. They started last night, a little bit, the night before that. And then unfortunately I called Pete, I called General Kane, I called a lot of our great people. We have.
You see how he tried to blame Pete Hegseth for starting the war. No, you're the president of the United States. And then on top of that, he's trying to claim that Iran is discussing some resolution, and they're not. They're not. You know, this is what Trump does, man. He doesn't take accountability for anything. And then peep this, y'all. Watch Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu plead with the Western world.
8 hours. And I asked the leaders of the world, the leaders of the free world, the leaders of the moderate states, what more are you waiting for? President Trump has correctly said that Israel, the United States and Israel in this great partnership, we're fighting the battle not only for ourselves, but for all of you. And he asked a simple question, where are you? And it's time to heed President Trump's call, his leadership, and his vision, not merely for our sake, but for your sake. 8 hours. And I asked the leaders of the world.
Listen, the first place that's going to get blown off the face of the damn planet is going to be the land of Israel. You know, why is this guy trying to make it seem like this is the world's problem? This ain't our problem, you know? And he's trying to get the Western world involved. Look, it is what it is. Y'all started it. Iran is finishing it. It's really that simple. And these people are begging. You don't see Iran carrying things like this. And you know, it's crazy, man. It's getting wild for America. Let's go.
Pay attention and listen, because the war with Iran has officially spiraled out of control. And now the United States has officially posted a worldwide caution security alert for all Americans in the entire world. Not just in the Middle East, but the Americans in the United States. And the last time something like this was posted was during COVID, a global lockdown event for everyone in the entire world. So if you're not panicking, you should be panicking now, because we are less than 24 hours away from the United States' fate being decided. And if you want to stay up to date with all the information early,
y'all got to understand that Iran just created a ballistic missile that can go 40,000 kilometers now. These people trying to reach Europe now. Yeah, Iran is over there advancing. They haven't even pulled out their new technology yet. All of the money that America's spending on drones, Iran haven't even got started. They are cruising right now. That's how real this really is. And of course, we're not panicking. We're not afraid. Look, this is judgment of Babylon. Ecclesiastes 8:8 says, there is no man to have power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither have he have power in the day of death. That means nobody is in control like we think or like they think. Let me read that again. It's Ecclesiastes 8:8. There is no man to have power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither have he power in the day of death. Don't no man got no control over that. Listen, a man can kill the body, but they can't kill the spirit. Only the Most High can retain the spirit. So we ain't walking around afraid. Yeah, let me let's get to it. Let's get to it. Because America's looking bad right now.
This is breaking news. The USS Ford, the United States' largest aircraft carrier, just left the Middle East and redocked in the Greek Isles. This is breaking news. The USS Ford, the United States' largest aircraft carrier, just left the Middle East and redocked in the Greek Isles. This is breaking news. The USS.
That means, look, Trump is sending people out there and they're turning around. They're abandoning their missions. They're not carrying out anything. Why? They don't have the resources. They can't do it anymore. So you got Trump once again trying to cop a plea.
So tomorrow morning sometime, their time, we were expected to blow up their largest electric generating plants that cost over $10 billion to build. It's a very good one. There was no dearth of money. And one shot, it's gone. It collapses. Why would they want that?
But they didn't do it. Huffing and bluffing. Yo, thank you for the support. Far Star Dragon says, you know, the sun is setting when small men cast the biggest shadows. That's right. I like that. Thank you for the support. This man said they were supposed to call. They wouldn't want 10 million billions of dollars going down the drain that they built on their plants. But Iran said, no, there will be no talk. We have not talked to America. They don't care. They're not backing down. I want y'all to understand how important this is in history right now.
They called. I didn't call. They called. They want to make a deal.
Lies. Trump is lying.
And we are very willing to make a deal. It's got to be a good deal. And it's got to be no more wars, no more nuclear weapons. They're not going to have nuclear weapons anymore.
So Trump is alluding to Iran having nuclear weapons. I thought that he threw a bunker buster in June and took out their nuclear capabilities. When I told y'all that America missed, you know how many of these MAGA folks was calling me a conspiracy theorist? You know how many MAGA folks was showing up to my live streams telling me something was wrong with me and that I was fearmonger when I said that they missed and Iran still has nuclear capability? Man, I'm telling you right now, they be lying. And you know what? When this war is over, you know, we're going to have our 1,000-year reign with Christ. That's what we're going to have. That's what we're going to have. We're going to rule for 1,000 years with our Messiah. Because the war ain't going to stop till all of it ends. I'm going to tell y'all straight up what it is. Prophetically, the wars don't stop until all of it ends. I ain't lying. Them scriptures validate and verify everything I'm saying. America can't just keep throwing stones and hiding their hands. Oh, their judgment is on the way. Their judgment is on the way.
Agreeing to that. Any of that stuff is no deal.
Have they offered to reopen?
How are you going to, you said you want to get the enriched uranium. How are you going to get the enriched uranium? Are you going to
It's very easy. If we have a deal with them, we're going down and we'll take it ourselves. So tomorrow morning sometime, their time.
No, listen, Trump gave them 48 hours to cop a plea. They didn't cop a plea. So now he's squirming again.
Horrendous news for Donald Trump, who is taking the sole blame for lighting the U.S. economy on fire right now, as the CEO of United Airlines has announced that United is preparing for the possibility of oil to stay at $175 per barrel until at the earliest late 2027, where it could go back to $100 a barrel as a result of Trump's war with Iran. Take a look. This is from United. It says they are planning for fuel to be higher for longer. Our plans assume oil goes to $175 per barrel and doesn't get back to $100 a barrel until the end of 2027. They go on to say that it's a good chance it won't be that bad, but they are trying to hedge their bets and make sure they plan accordingly, especially considering that this war doesn't seem like it's ending anytime soon. Donald Trump just sent an additional 2,500 Marines from San Diego to Iran, and don't think it's deja vu because he already sent 2,500 Marines earlier this week. There are more Marines now joining the war effort and potentially to be deployed for a ground invasion. Horrendous.
And you know, the fact that Trump even tried to cop a plea with Iran, it shows me that Bibi Netanyahu really might be dead, y'all. And we just seeing all AI of him because, you know, Israel, the land of Israel, would never cop a plea with Iran. The fact that Trump tried that, it's a good chance that Bibi Netanyahu is done for it. Because Bibi is not trying to cop no pleas. I don't think Bibi care if the land of Israel get burnt to rubble. He's just not going to do it. Matter of fact, while Trump was trying to cop a plea, Bibi was trying to beg other nations to get involved. At least the AI Bibi. It's a damn shame you can't tell what you're looking at nowadays with this damn AI. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, Palm Beach Pete is Jeffrey Epstein. Bet your bottom dollar that. These people got the same dental records, same teeth, not dental records, but the same teeth. They all lived in the same areas. Palm Beach Pete admit to partying with Epstein. Come on now. They just playing in people's faces, bro. They just keep playing in people's faces. Yeah, they got these damn stunt doubles and clones, and you don't know what the hell we're looking at nowadays. Yeah, somebody said Trump been sounding defeated lately. Oh, man, has he? Has he? I'm telling you.
Pay attention and listen because Trump explains why he serves Israel. Look.
As President of the United States, I will always support Jewish Americans, and I will always be a friend and a champion to the Jewish people. I have been. And I will say, you know, if you go back 10, 12, 15 years ago at the most, the strongest lobby in Washington was the Jewish lobby. It was Israel. You have a lot of people that don't want to help Israel. You have a lot of people in Congress that don't like Israel. You have a lot of people in Congress that, in a way, I think, Mike, we could say it, right? You're there. You're doing an amazing job, Mike Lawler. They hate Israel.
Pay attention and listen because Trump
Yeah, Trump just told you who he working for. I let him say it. You know, I let people speculate, but I like when it comes out of the horse's mouth. He said exactly what it is, who he served, and why he's been doing the things he's been doing.
Breaking news, America is lying, and Iran just said that they're not having talks with the US, like the US just claimed. Well, only an hour ago, Trump came out and said that due to new talks with Iran, they're no longer going to carry out the planned attacks onto Iran's nuclear facilities tonight. The US said they had very good and productive talks with Iran about a possible ceasefire. That was great news. The US delayed the strikes that were meant to take place tonight for another 5 days because of the talks. However, only a moment ago, Iran just responded to what Trump said. And Iran has come out and said, we're not having peace talks with the US.
Damn. Yo, Iran is not playing, y'all. Iran said, oh, we got 5 days? Okay, let's let those 5 days go. Let's wait till the 5th day and then just give him the finger. Let's wait till the 5th day and flip him the bird and tell him, look, there will be no talk. Bring what you got. Man, they sure picked the wrong country to screw with this time. Daniel 2:21, and he changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. Absolutely. Yeah, this is the Most High season. He's bringing down kings, kingdoms, nations, rising up kings, and he's doing it all for the greater good of those who love the Most High. That's what he's doing right now. Straight up. It's not looking too good for Babylon right now. Watch this. Old school rules. Old school rules. For the leaders of this, and this is Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Why? They cause the people to err. Those who led are going to be destroyed. Those underground bunkers, that's not going to save them. Whatever type of ships they got in space, not going to save them. It's up right now. The war is here. It ain't going nowhere. It's up. Trump copping pleas, y'all. It ain't looking too good.
Like the US claims. They say the US is lying. Iran has come out and said, quote, "We are not the party that started this war, and any requests for peace should be referred to Washington." And this is a big deal. Iran is saying they are not going to sign a ceasefire deal, and they are not having any talks with the US about peace. The US has cancelled their planned strikes on Iran tonight because of supposed talks with...
From the famous words of Tupac, ninjas always want to scream peace after they start some ish. My nigga Breed knew the time. People always want to scream peace after they done started something, bro. Ain't nobody tell them people to go messing with them folks, bombing schools. Oh, I guess the Vikings, the vampires, the conquerors, they thought they can go around doing this forever, ever. Yeah, they thought they could just continue to pillage, destroy, grape. They thought they could do this forever and nobody was ever going to clap back. Tracy Henry, thank you for the support. I'm telling you.
With Iran, talks that now we know aren't taking place. And so this confirms to us there's a different reason why the US has cancelled their strikes on Iran tonight. The US was expected to carry out attacks onto Iran's nuclear facilities tonight because Iran hasn't reopened the Strait of Hormuz. Iran said, though, that if the US does that, they will attack water desalination facilities around the Middle East. And that could result in the deaths of millions of people because they wouldn't have drinking water. And so we now know that in order for that not to happen, so that Iran doesn't bomb those water desalination facilities, the US has delayed their strikes onto Iran's nuclear facilities. And so not only is the US lying to us, but it proves that they're scared of the Iranian response, because Iran has denied what the US said, and they're not having talks with the US. This is...
That's right. They scared of that response because they know that them Iranians got that damn nuke. They got them nukes. They know it's going to be thermonuclear fallout. That's why. Like all them threats, man. Listen, our president is tweaking. He's not even supposed to be letting the left hand know what the right hand doing. He over there talking about, I'm going to bomb your facilities. Like, that ain't how you play Battleship. Stupid. You going to tell them people, if you don't do this, I'm going to bomb this. What? That ain't how you go to war. That is not how you go to war. Oh, weird ass PDF. Mr. Piggy in the White House think that he could just walk around just saying whatever to whoever and everybody gonna bow down. Nope. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Yep. That's why the people mourning. That's why it's rough out here. That's why the gas prices are sky high. That's why the groceries are sky high. Because the wicked are ruling right now. Yeah, it's up from here. I'm gonna tell them people, hey, I'm gonna bomb this right here. No. All right, we got something for that. And see, this is what's so crazy about it. Look, anytime you see any type of combat, y'all got to understand, you got to look out for the quiet one. You got to look out for the one that's composed. You don't look out for the one that's doing all that rah-rah. Trump doing too much talking. He's arrogant, prideful. It's like one of them bullies who just step out there and get knocked out. Talking too much. Hey, when I see you after school, stop it. Them Iranians they built a little bit different, man. And listen, I'm not over here. I'm not over here caping for Iranians. They're gonna be destroyed too. They're gonna be destroyed too eventually. Eventually. Because they so wild, they're gonna want control even after our 1,000-year reign with Christ. They're gonna try to rise up. That's how them people are over there. But it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Somebody said battleship, exactly. That fool telling all the plans of attack, right? We're gonna bomb you, we're gonna bomb these facilities. Man, shut up. They stayed quiet for 5 days. I seen so many creators talking about doomsday's coming. You know, I seen so many people talking. I was quiet about it. I was like, man, they not about to do nothing. I was quiet about it because all these people was making videos 20 more hours until the biggest nuclear strike. I'm like, that ain't gonna happen. Why? Because I know the Bible. It's not predicted to happen that way. Prophetically, they're not going to just blow Iran off the map. Iran is a 5,000-year-old country. America is about 300 years old. You're not going to win that battle. It just is what it is. You're not going to win it.
Absolutely breaking news. And so it suggests that the war is only going to get worse. So leave me a follow because I'm going to keep you up to date on everything that you won't find anywhere else. Some breaking news. America is lying and Iran...
Man, listen, Iran ain't trying to hear none of that.
Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. Because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good.
There go Bibi Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, talking about evil will overcome good. These people really think evil gonna win. He believes this with all his heart, disrespects Jesus Christ, and said that Genghis Khan got the advantage. These are the people that the Christian church have been supporting for all these decades, sending money to Israel, and these people don't even respect Jesus Christ. They don't even respect Jesus Christ. They believe evil will win. And I'm just playing what he said out of his own mouth.
Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. Because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good. Jesus Christ.
You hear that? And this is the mentality of these people. That's why they're going to be judged. That's why the Most High is doing a number on them right now. This man might even already be in the grave. This might be AI. There's footage floating around of Bibi's wife losing her mind. Old School Rules, thank you for the support. She shares Matthew 15:11. Not that which goeth into the mouth that defile a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth. And she says, this is what defileth a man. Absolutely. And what just came out of his mouth is straight blasphemy. Straight blasphemy. Telling you.
That shield isn't working as well as we were promised. It costs a lot more to shoot a drone or missile out of the sky than it does to fire one. Drones and missiles fired by Iran don't require expensive guidance systems with pinpoint accuracy. The interceptors that are designed to knock those drones and missiles out of the sky, they have to be perfect. Iran is sitting on thousands of sloppy, lumbering ballistic missiles, and reports are that it can produce as many as 10,000 drones a month. That's what Reuters reported, that despite the bombing campaign, Iran still has the capacity to produce 10,000 suicide drones a month.
Wow. So Iran, they producing at a high level. It's not looking too good. America's getting demolished right now. And now, and I'm going to say this too, because it's one thing to say that Iran is demolishing America, but I want you to also realize that America is demolishing America too. Trump is doing a whole lot of things that the American citizens are not going to be happy with. ICE is now showing up at airports. That's big in the news right now. They're going to try to do immigration control from the airport. That's going to just set up a very uncomfortable scenario. Travel is being backed up right now. People lined up all across the airports. It's just looking crazy at the moment. It's looking crazy at the moment. But hear this out.
Their leaders are all gone. The next set of leaders are all gone. And the next set of leaders are mostly gone. And now nobody wants to be a leader over there anymore.
Lies. He lying. That's right. Tahan said it, man. The snake is eating his own tail, man. A land divided cannot stand. And Trump is doing all these things at the airports to try to combat something that the Democrats put in place. He still want to go. Listen, him and Hegseth, they still going against Democrats while dealing with this Iranian crisis, with this Middle Eastern crisis they dealing with. They still playing these damn political mind games while the country is going into the trenches.
We're having a hard time. We want to talk to them, and there's nobody to talk to. We have nobody to talk to. And you know what? We like it that way.
Now, this was Trump just a couple days ago. He said they had nobody to talk to. They destroyed all their leaders. Everybody's gone. Everybody's dead. This is what Trump said. He said, we destroyed everybody. They ain't even nobody left to talk to. But he just tried to cop a plea 48 hours ago. Not even 48, not even 48 hours ago. He just copped this plea today. But he gave them 48 hours. I thought everybody was gone. Man, talking about.
Their leaders are all gone. The next set of leaders are all gone. And the next set of leaders are mostly gone. And now nobody wants to be a leader over there anymore. We're having a hard time. We want to talk to them, and there's nobody to talk to. We have nobody to talk
to. Man, Trump is tweaked out, man.
This is breaking news. It has now been confirmed that Iran launched a ballistic missile with a range of about 4,000 kilometers, or just over 2,000 miles. Historically, Iran has claimed that the maximum range of their missiles is half of that distance.
We have intentionally kept the range of our missiles below 2,000 kilometers.
With a range of 4,000 kilometers, European cities are all within Iran's range. This is breaking news.
Look, man, look. The way it's looking, Iran gonna start hitting European countries. Yeah, copping please, hollering peace. The reason why he doing that now is because Iran is over there advancing in the middle of the war. America's spending all this money trying to stop their drones, and they over here, they haven't even tapped into all that they got. Just crazy. Man. Look, I mean this, and excuse my language, y'all, but America, really, I want y'all to understand this. America is getting their asses whooped right now in this war. I mean, they are getting punished asymmetrically. It ain't even close. It's not even close. Same thing with Israel. They're getting lit up. It's not even close. Just to show you how close we are to the return of our Messiah, when you see those who've been controlling and been so dominant for so long get eviscerated like this. They're not winning. They're not winning. And you could tell by Trump's posture. You could tell by Pete Hegseth. You want to know who winning the war? All you got to do is look at WION news. Look at when the Iranian leaders of foreign defense, look at when they speak. Just look at when they talk, when they get on the news, oh man, they extremely disrespectful. Oh man, they be disrespecting the hell out of America on the news too. They be calling them the Epstein class. They be like the Satan worshipers. On the news, they be like, yeah, the Baal worshipers, yeah, we getting them. They call them the Epstein class regularly. Man. Oh, the Moloch worshipers. Oh, we didn't have any discussions with the Moloch worshipers. With the PDFs. You know, the country that don't even prosecute their own pedophiles. You know, the country that never gave, that promised the people who built their country 40 acres and a mule. How they going to trust? How can any country trust America when you didn't even keep your word with the people who built the damn country? Ain't nobody trusting y'all. Man. I'm telling you.
They called. I didn't call. They called. They want to make a deal.
Wait, Iran says they never talked to you.
They're not going to have nuclear weapons anymore. They're agreeing to that.
What the hell are you talking about? Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons. They already claimed they're not producing nuclear weapons. And they literally signed a deal with Obama to not produce nuclear weapons that you tore up.
They called. I didn't call. They called. They want to make a deal.
Wait, Iran says they never talked to you.
They're not going to have...
Man, Trump copping, please, big time. Meanwhile, in America, ICE is causing massive issues at these airports.
ICE right now is wreaking havoc and terrorizing travelers at airports across the country, and Donald Trump is talking about Kamala Harris and Joe fucking Biden. I can't make this up. When everything is going to shit, Donald Trump is always going to talk about Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, or Barack Obama. You can bet your fucking money on it. So while ICE is out here terrorizing citizens across the country, no plan whatsoever about how they're going to help TSA, when Donald Trump should be worried about how he can get the Republicans that control the entirety of the government, who have let the government shut down 2 to 3 times within the last year, have had government sectors shut down 2 to 3 times within the last year because of their refusal to govern. They can't figure out how to keep the government funded when they literally control the entire fucking government. So Donald Trump, instead of worrying about any of that shit, things that are actually important to the seat that he's in right now, he's talking about Joe Biden and fucking Kamala Harris. I am waiting for the days that we finally get the news that we are no longer plagued with this bitch, because I'm genuinely tired of this rinse, recycle, repeat bullshit of wake up, hear a bunch of bullshit that Donald Trump says, have to, we gotta live with this shit for another 3 years. And then you go to bed and then you wake up and do the shit all over again the next day. I'm tired of this shit. So be safe if you're traveling, if you're at the airports, because ICE will be there fucking terrorizing you. And Donald Trump and the Republicans, they're not gonna do shit to fix it because they don't give a fuck.
I mean, you know, Trump ain't gonna be president for too much longer. I don't even know how he gonna get past midterm elections and all of that, man. Something's got to give, man. Something has got to give. I wanted to show y'all this guy right here. Listen, this is Epstein.
To Instagram to let people know that I am nothing to do with Jeff Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete.
Bitch, you Jeff. Shut your lying ass up. Palm Beach Pete, my motherfucking ass.
That's Epstein, y'all. That's Epstein, man.
Is Palm Beach Pete secretly Jeffrey Epstein? Let's find out. So for one, this guy by the name of Palm Beach Pete is just mysteriously coming out of nowhere and looking identical to Jeffrey Epstein. Somebody took this video of him driving down the freeway and it looked exactly like Epstein. People thought it was AI. And then the person stepped forward and claimed that no, he's actually Palm Beach Pete, not Epstein. And at first everyone believed him, but then he came out in an interview with TMZ and said he used to party with Epstein. And in the interview, he kind of showed his teeth, right? And if you look at the pattern of his teeth, now if you compare his teeth to the teeth of a photo that was found in the Epstein file, they are identical. And this has not been edited. You can find both of these photos elsewhere. So, I mean, come on, people.
Now listen, y'all. Listen, anybody whose dental get fragmented like that and scrambled like that is never the same as another human being, y'all. It looked like he been chewing on Fraggle Rocks, and you telling me it's the same exact teeth structure? Come on, man. They are playing in our faces, y'all. That's Epstein. It's Epstein. That's right. The teeth just don't lie. I thought it was a clone because I'm like, you know, it's some differences. But if you add age, you know, you add a little bit of, you know, I guess, take away his testosterone a little bit. That's Epstein. I mean, I'm telling you, man, the teeth don't lie. Somebody said those teeth aren't the same. Yes, they are. Are you looking at this? It's the same teeth. Same mouth. Yes, it's the same teeth. See, if you've ever had braces in your life, all right, so let me explain it like this. The Epstein's, look on the right, it looks a little bit more straight. But if you ever had braces in your life, right, you take those braces off, your teeth will shift back, right? Your teeth will shift back slightly. That's what it looks like somebody who had braces didn't finish the process and the teeth shifted back slightly. But it's the same pattern. The same pattern. Man, that's Epstein.
You can't change the teeth. What are the odds their teeth are perfectly throwing up gang signs the same way? And I mean, you know, Epstein was already old a long time ago. This is how he looked. That was like his mugshot. So he was already aging. Now imagine no Botox, no facial reconstruction. Take a few years, you got Palm Beach Pete, man. People are saying they're both Jewish. They sound the same. They look the same. They're from the same part of Palm Beach. They attended the same parties, likely to be around the same age. If it looks like a duck and it acts like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably Epstein or Palm Beach Pete. But I mean, like, if this man is still alive, this would be the ultimate form of gaslighting, to literally make us question our sanity and just do a victory lap and smile in our faces. But yeah, is Palm Beach Pete Jeffrey Epstein? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. My name is AT. I cover.
Man, that is crazy that they doing that. They really are playing in our faces like that. It's like, yeah, y'all hate Jeffrey Epstein that bad. Y'all wanted these files released. Well, guess what? He's not dead. And we're going to just parade him around all day. Right in y'all faces, and ain't nothing y'all going to do about it.
I'm still talking to the same person if I was at my home in Palm Beach.
Palm Beach Pete is now being accused of being none other than Jeffrey Epstein. And according to a wave of viral claims, the evidence is starting to pile up. It all begins with appearance. Side-by-side comparisons circulating online show Pete and Epstein looking almost identical. Same facial structure, same expressions, even similar mannerisms. Then comes a more specific detail, their teeth. In multiple clips, people have zoomed in on Epstein's lower row of teeth and compared it directly to Pete's. But the speculation doesn't stop at physical similarities. In a recent interview, it was revealed that both men allegedly lived in the same locations at the same times, moving between New York and Florida in parallel. When interviewers pointed this out, Pete reportedly became visibly uncomfortable, even attempting to silence the conversation, which only intensified suspicion. Finally, there's Pete's own behavior. He has been posting frequent videos online, insisting that he is not Epstein. However, instead of calming the rumors, these denials have had the opposite effect. Some viewers believe the tone of these videos feels overly defensive, with others accusing him of trying to gaslight the public. Of course, none of these claims have been officially verified, and there is no confirmed evidence linking Palm Beach Pete to Epstein.
I'm still talking to...
Man, they playing in our face. Palm Beach Pete. He lived in every known location as Epstein. He leaves New York when Epstein left New York. He goes to Florida when Epstein go to Florida. He go to Cali when Epstein go to Cali. Come on, man. These people are sinister, y'all. Derwin, thank you for the support. Says, enjoy your analysis immensely. Thank you. Thanks for showing support.
Palm Beach Pete is the perfect cover-up. Think about it. Epstein became way too comfortable.
I don't want to get hit with no copyrights.
Good morning, everybody. Palm Beach Pete from sunny Florida, not a cloud in the sky. I'm off to play some tennis. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm Palm Beach Pete. I want to thank all my followers. This thing has gone crazy viral. Over 100,000 plus followers in less than 2 days. Have a great day. Enjoy life.
Yeah, they blowing him up on social media. These people, they got some type of love for Epstein because his claim to fame is looking exactly like Epstein, and he gets all these followers overnight. Yeah, it's some type of ritual, man. I told y'all, man, these people operate in ideological subversion. They make you question your own eyes. They just did this, and then y'all got to look at the timing of all this. Right when Netanyahu's images was going around, and we couldn't tell if that was Netanyahu or not. Why? Because they were using AI, and it's been confirmed they was using AI. So it's not that we're crazy. You know, they try to make it seem like we crazy. No, it's been confirmed multiple times they were using AI to show Netanyahu. But at the same time, this Palm Beach Pete spotting happened. They're trying to confuse the public. They're doing some type of ritual that's designed to get the people to disbelieve their own eyes. It's a ritual being performed on the people. But you know, we got the eyes to see, man. We know that these people are playing games, man. That's right. What the scriptures tell us. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. That's why you got to be aware of what's really going on. People wonder why we get on here and talk about what we talk about, because unless Satan get an advantage over us, we got to be aware of the games they play. We're not going to get caught up in a trick bag because these people like to play these type of games. Yeah, somebody said they just trying to piss us off. Man, they playing some games, man. But y'all know what it is, man. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God have not given us the spirit of fear, look, y'all already know. We see what's going on, but we not moving in fear. The book of Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it. Meaning things is going to unfold slowly. Everything you see going on in the world is unfolding slowly. You know, but we're supposed to be waiting for what's going on. We're supposed to be mindful and watchful. Psalms 46 and 9. He maketh wars to cease. He breaketh the bow. When it's time for war to cease, the Most High does that. It ain't going to be no manipulative world leader who's in over their head. When it's time for the war to stop, the Most High going to stop that war. Make no mistake about it. So I just wanted to come through, give this breakdown. Hopefully y'all was edified. If so, make sure you share my material everywhere. I want to thank everybody who showed up and actually supported. Shout out to everybody, and support the work at HebrewCare.com. Get your natural products, as well as NewBreedGlobalTruth.com. And feel free to support me via Cash App. New Breed Global Truth is the Cash App. Thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all be blessed out there. Stay safe.